Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the 2017 fails that I have. Yesterday was my favorites, and today we're going to talk about the things that I did not like. We're going to start this off with a bang. This is like the worst thing I think I've ever put on my face. I do not understand the hype behind this at all. I've actually seen a few people with videos talking about how they loved it and now their skin is reacting to it. And I'm talking about that Huda Beauty Foundation. Ma'am, no. No. I don't know who this is for. It's not for me. I don't like it. It's too thick. I got oily. It was like dry at the beginning. I used the primer with it the first time I tried it. Didn't like it with the primer, didn't like it without the primer, didn't like it with a brush, didn't like it with a sponge. I did not like it. Too thick, dry at the beginning, disgustingly greasy at the end. Not here for it. And with that, we have the Urban Decay All-Nighter Concealer. No. Way too dry for underneath the eye. And then even if I wanted to cover up a spot on my face, too dry, it like crinkles. And usually if I have an acne spot, it's a dry spot on my face because I'm trying to make it go away. So, you put all the products hoping that overnight it will go away. No. And then it goes 10 shades darker than what it initially started. I have like a rant video on this. So if you want to see it, yeah, go check it out. Another foundation fail for me was the Ordinary foundation. I feel like it was the coverage one. I don't know, I still have it, but I don't feel like digging it out. Like I just put away all of my favorite stuff and that took forever. No, it was a weird foundation to me. I didn't get it. It was like $6, so it didn't really bother me to try it and then it not work out, but I just didn't like it at all. I think there was a point where I was like, okay, it's getting better, and then it went downhill after that. There's two different collab collections that I want to talk about, and I hate mentioning this, but I feel like I have to. The Desi Perkins and Luster Luxe KATY collection with Dose of Colors. That was a huge miss for me. Kel and I did a video on that, and the packaging was gorgeous. I am obsessed with Desi, but I just can't not say it just because it's another YouTuber. I just didn't like it. I had so many hopes. The eyeshadow palette looked pretty, and then we got it and I was like, what is this? It was hard to work with. And then the lipstick colors, they just did not work for me. The liquid lipsticks, those are actually some of my favorite formulas, and that Hot Fire, I think it was Hot Fire, it almost looked black underneath my lips and it just didn't seem like it was the same formula. I don't know. Huge miss for me. The next one was the Kat Von D and Too Faced collection. I remember loving the red shadow in the palette, but the Too Faced side was a bunch of colors that were already done and they were subpar. The Kat Von D, it was just that red shade I liked, and it was magnetic. It was cute. And I remember getting the little bag and being really disappointed in it. I took all of that back. I don't know. And Too Faced has been up and down, especially lately. Kat Von D, I do want that red shade all by itself though. I would love that. Speaking of Too Faced, the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Honey palette. No, it was terrible. Pigmentation lacked. It smelled good. I remember it smelling good. And I knew better than to buy that palette, but I went into the store with Kelsey and then I saw it and I was like, I want it. I just want it. And then I regretted it as soon as I played in it. MAC Roller Wheel Liner. What? And there's dupes of that now. What is that? And I saved myself. I saw that in the store where I work and I was like, I'm watching the MAC artist over there. She was so fun. She was trying to get a winged liner for at least 30 minutes. And she kept coming up to me. She was like, do you see this? I'm like, that's terrible, honey. She was trying to make it work. When you work for MAC, especially if you're a product specialist, I was a product specialist, you have to know how the product works, what's the best points of it, and be able to sell it basically. And she was trying so hard. That was such a gimmick. And I hate to talk bad about them. I love MAC, but no. You can just look. That's a pizza cutter. That is not for your eyeballs. This palette from Chanel, however you say, I don't know. It was $70, and no, when I tell you this palette looks so pigmented. I got it in the mail and I touched it and I was like, what is this? And then I was trying to get a better swatch, a better swatch, a better swatch. And then I was like, this is going to go downhill whenever I get it on my eyes. It did. And it created hard pan from a fluffy, natural hairbrush. What? I was so disappointed in this palette. And a lot of people were like, well, you know, Chanel shadows are just like that. I'm like, no, not all of them. The Road Movie palette was amazing, and so was the 268 Candor Experience or something. Phenomenal. Love those palettes. That palette can go back to its little Chanel home because, no, the NYX Fire Element palette. Absolutely not. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought that $30 for NYX, I mean, obviously they made some amazing formula, right? Because you're a drugstore and these colors really spoke to me. I love a warm tone palette. So I was excited about this palette. I got it. I played with it. That red was pink. All the other colors didn't want to show up. I was like, I didn't understand it at all. Like the yellow was terrible. The shimmer shades, I felt like I kept having to try and pack it on and just go away. So I returned that too. Every time I see somebody raving about that palette, I'm like, why? How? I don't get it. Teach me your ways. I feel like I'm pretty good, and a lot of the times I can make palettes that other people can't make work. It just was not working. I have 3 highlighters that did not work for me, and one of them I still have in my collection. Why? Because I'm an idiot. I don't know. It's so pretty to look at. It really is. Like, even looking at it now, I'm like, oh, I just want to put you on my face, but then I know what the outcome would be, and it's not special at all. And sadly, this is a Dior highlight. Yeah. This is the first Dior highlight I ever bought. And I don't know why I still have it. I just like looking at it, but it's terrible. It's terrible. I could not make this look pretty enough for me in one of my get readies with me, and I put Wet n Wild on top to make it look better. What is this? That's a setting powder. That's not a highlighter. And okay, subtle, soft highlights. I get it. I totally get it, but this isn't it. I just don't like it. But on the positive note, at least I never have to worry about the little precious little rocks logo ever being gone. It'll always be beautiful, just not on my face. Huda Beauty, their very first palettes. Like it was the Golden Sands and something else. Huda is very hit and miss for me. Love some things and hate some others. I did not like this palette, either one of them at all. The very first 2, I have not tried any of them since then, so I'm not speaking to those. Those could be better. The formula could change. She has done that with her eyeshadow palette, so I don't know. But those 2, they looked dry. They look textured. I do not like the cream that's in there at all. I think it makes it look worse instead of better. I don't like them. These are some like the worst highlights that I've ever used personally. Ooh, and then the Too Faced Peachy, when they came out with the whole collection, they had this like putty almost highlighter. No, I actually wanted to get it. I went in with no highlighter on. I do that sometimes. Like if I want to try something out before I buy it, I will do it if it's a powder, not like a gloss. Ugh. But they had it in store. I swatched it on my hand. I was like, I don't see anything. And then I put it on my face. Really didn't see anything. I do not get this at all. I don't understand it. Again, I like a subtle highlight sometimes. I even like some highlighters that some people don't. But that one, nothing. There was nothing. And I think I'm done. That was kind of strange to like rant about all these like, I don't like you and I don't like you and I don't like you. You can go that way. You get returned and you get returned right after doing like all my favorites being like, oh, this is amazing. Da, 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 da. But let me know down below what your fails of 2017 were. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. If you guys are looking at this ring and you're like, oh, it's so pretty. I want that. Don't get it. You can't move your hands. It's silly. It really is.